and rushed attacks. Then he punished the mistakes. Knockdown. Finish. No drama. No theatrics. Just execution. This is where arrogance truly collapses. Not when it's mocked, but when it's ignored. When opponents refuse to play the role assigned to them. When the fight becomes a technical problem instead of an emotional one. Boxing has no interest in how confident a fighter feels walking to the ring. It only measures how they respond when the fight stops following their expectations. Some fighters learn to adjust. They grow quieter. They study more. They prepare differently. Others cling to the version of themselves that once worked, convinced the sport is wrong instead of adapting to reality. That's how eras pass. That's how new names replace old ones. Every generation produces fighters who believe they are the exception, who think the rules don't apply to them, who assume discipline is optional because talent feels unlimited. And every generation produces moments that remind everyone watching that boxing has always favored those who listen when the fight speaks back. Arrogance talks. Discipline responds. By the time the final bell rings, only one of them is still standing. By the time a fighter reaches the final chapter of a night like this, the story is no longer about punches. It's about memory, about what stays with them when the lights dim, when the crowd disperses, and when the echo of their own words comes back louder than any chant. Boxing never forgets what you promised before the bell. It simply waits to see whether you can live with it afterward. This is why the sport has always been ruthless with ego. It doesn't reject confidence. It demands proof. The fighters who survive longest are the ones who understand that silence is a weapon and patience is power. They don't need to announce dominance because they trust the process that gets them there. The ones who fall hardest are usually the ones who believe the fight was already won before it began. Look closely at the pattern that repeats itself across eras. Fighters enter with bravado, headlines, and certainty. They perform for cameras, for crowds, for their own reflection. And then, somewhere between rounds, reality interrupts.